小千。
你好吗？我小奈了。
所以在纽约时间今天早上8点，宾州的票正式全部归拜登所有，所以拜登正式当选了，算是吧。然后我们现在人在时代广场，你可以看到纽约市的居民全部都在庆祝，就很像过节的气氛。所以我们要来看看大家是怎么想的，走吧。
How do you feel about the election?
I think it's great. I think it's great that Biden won. I think Trump the way he's handled this virus is really telling of how incompetent he is. I think in a lot of cases, the president actually doesn't affect your day-to-day life, but in the case of like the virus, the president actually made a huge difference because it required like immediate action. So the fact that he's out and the fact that he's acting so childish about him being out is just very telling of the job he's done in like especially the past year.
I'm so happy. It's been a rough 4 years, and I did a project with Donald Trump many years ago.
Oh, really?
And he screwed my company over. And so as long as I've been an adult in New York, I've known that Trump was no good.
Yeah.
So when he won president, from then on, I've just been nothing matters more than getting him out.
I feel like Tony the Tiger. Great!
Okay.
I feel so amazed right now because we went through a lot. 2020 went through a lot. I went through a lot. New York, we go through shit, but we know how to get out of it. You got to go through it to get to it.
Yeah.
And we fighters. We fighters. And that's what I love about New York. I just love the comeback. Because we're going through a lot. We still got a ways to go. Biden, we depending on you. I know it's not going to happen in 4 years, but let's all come together.
Well, I feel happy because Biden won.
Oh, I'm so excited. That means that I have I mean, there's a lot to still work on, but at least I still have rights. You know what I mean? Trump, it was not it. I would be, because I'm gay and I'm black. I'm a minority. So with Biden as our president, I'm really excited.
On election night, were you on the edge of your seats like everyone else? Did you think that Trump had a chance of winning it?
So I was really scared, and even though Biden had more votes and it showed that he had more votes in the polls, I was scared because I know that Trump is a cheater, and I know that he will try to do anything and he will do anything to get his way. And so all of my friends and I, people of color and I, we were on our edge of our seats.
I was hitting enter and refreshing the news every 10 seconds, and I've been doing that every day up until today.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you almost think Trump had a chance of winning this election?
Initially, I did, but as I kept watching the numbers, I was getting more hopeful. And then when I woke up today and this morning, I felt like there was a clear path for victory.
I knew it was going to last longer than one night. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was obvious that it wasn't going to be easy.
Easy peasy.
So did you think that Biden almost didn't get it on election night? Were you on the table we may have Trump?
Well, I hoped, for sure. I mean, it was a possibility. But I didn't want to get my hopes up too hard.
If Trump won, I would be nervous because it's Trump supporters. They're pretty scary. They could go wild. If Biden wins, they could go wild. If Trump wins, they could also go wild.
What would you like Biden to conquer first?
So I think the virus right now takes huge precedent. So I think with that, you have to be sure to shut down the right things. And if, quarantine is necessary, that's important. And that in combination with the fact that we need to pass a stimulus, I think that's also really, really key too. Just, extending unemployment benefits, being sure to make sure that there's unemployment support on top of federal unemployment support on top of state unemployment. And then also being able to make sure that people get that $1,200 check that goes out to everybody.
Do you think Trump has a chance to appeal this election in court?
Hell no.
I don't think that he has enough evidence right now, and I don't have, the evidence to base or support his claims. If the evidence arises, maybe. But right now, I just feel like there's not enough clear evidence to support his cases here.
There's too many people who are not on his side. There's just too many people. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
He thought he was in a reality show. He thought he was running the Apprentice because everybody got fired, and now he's fired, and he can't even take it. He done fired all the people. Now when he get fired, he can't take it.
Shirley Chisholm, Geraldine Ferreira, Hillary Clinton, and finally Kamala Harris. What do you think about her historic victory?
Oh my gosh. I was actually teaching at the moment that Biden was announced the winner, and I told my students, document this moment in your memories. You're going to remember this 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. When you have kids one day, when you have grandkids one day, they're going to ask you, what were you doing? How did you feel when Biden won the election, when Kamala Harris was elected the first female vice president, the first Asian American, the first African American vice president candidate? Remember this. Capture this moment in your memories.
So did you see in New York City we elected the first ever Black Latino gay man into office, and also in Delaware it was the first trans woman to Senate. How do you feel about that? Yep.
That just excites me because people of color and minorities and people who are a part of the LGBTQ community just don't get the same opportunities as people who are not. And the fact that people who are minorities, people who are part of the LGBTQ community taking power and stepping into power and positions and roles like that, it is amazing. It is amazing, and that just gives America hope, if I'm being quite honest. Of course.
Okay, there you have it. New York City, Times Square is pretty much a party, right?
Yeah. 所以我们这次一轮采访下来，好像纽约人对于川普能不能够再次反转情势这件事情还蛮乐观的。他们多半认为，其实川普是没有办法再做任何事情。
So now what you can do is like, comment, and share the video. And tell us what you think. What do you think about Biden's election?
如果你们有什么关于选举想要问的问题，也请在下面留言。拜拜。